The NOVAR off-season test races have normally been held for a variety of reasons. Some reasons include preseason rankings, which as of now they have Shane Harden at the top. Some for track testing to improve and enhance the racing, or others to see if the tracks would vie for calendar spots for future events. The New York Autoring fell under the testing of the new track category, even though it was on the calendar for 2012. The race was dropped after the 2012 season due to the fact that the track went undergo a complete renovation, notably taking down the pit road area between the end of the tri-level to about turn 2, thus making a wider area and to prevent the bigger crashes that they have had. Also, the aerodynamic package was also modified for this track to also prevent the big crashes from happening. So the racing here was a little bit more spread out than it would have been in the past several years, as we saw in the tests. And there have been a lot of tests going on. Dentsville had a test. The new Sacramento Speedway, which will host a race later in the year, it also had a test. Montreal had a test, but that one didn't really turn out that well. But here it is, one of the New York Autoring test races that was held on December 4th of 2013. Brandon Green at car number 30 will lead the field under the green flag. Shane Clark third and starts second. Mark Mongillo instantly makes a move on the inside as he started third. Walter Green goes to the inside and blocks off the number 6 Scott Harper, who they started 4th and 5th respectively, and rounding out the first 3 rows was the 37 of Jordan Donovan. Donovan was one of the few drivers to actually participate in the South Carolina Part-Timers Challenge for this year and run this race. Greg Woodard was the other one, as Woodard started towards the back of the field. As you see, Mark Mongillo gets out to the good lead. Walter Green is going to go to second. He's actually going to try to get his way to the lead, but the 6 of Scott Harper has other plans and will try to go for second. But the CONAL ZUKI in car number 71 goes in second. Here's Chris Devon in car number 06. He and Ethan Zarin are going to be running for Rookie of the Year for Grissler Racing, as they have fielded 2 cars. Zarin's number is normally 03, but that number is taken. Another driver coming back this year is Ray Landerson in the 78, as he's going to try to get to the inside, but it's actually not going to work. The 06 is going to get hooked by Chris Clark, and he spins. He gets the 42 of Bliss, and he spins around, and I don't think anybody else hit him, although I think he was hit by the 29. I'm not mistaken, but the 06 spins on and continues on. Here's what happened to Shane Bliss. He gets hit by the 06. He gets James Olsen Jr. and Shane Clark the third. Clark had somehow fallen back already that quickly. And there you see a bigger crash starts up in the back. There you see the 27 of Keith Hales, of Stephen VOLK in the 29. Let me see about anybody else. I think here's the view from Todd Piper. It looks like Shane Howard gets into Cameron Brooks. Carson PLRANK gets into the 27. And looks like there you see Howard flips upside down. Notable cars, other cars involved. Thomas Lawyers, Casey Lester is also involved. Luke Warren, the 14, is also in there. And this is after the caution flag. Somehow these 4 cars just wrecked for no reason. Casey Hutcher, Ron Portland, Eddie Johns, and I think that's Ray Landislow. Yeah, that's Ray Landislow in the 78. All these cars, and they decided to just drive back up the race. But watch the 78. He pulls back in front and gets David Scott in the 18. Chadleler Blake in the 15 is also collected. I don't know what the 78 was thinking. And then guess what? He would do it again. Takes out the 06 of Christopher Bennett, and then the 12, I think that's the 98 and the 12, they also get collected. Casey Lister goes from, is in his second year in the number 12 car, as he did decently in his first year. But a boneheaded move by the former veteran, and then a strange incident as Carson PLRANK just rear ends the rookie Justin Klinkson, who takes over for David Payton. Payton, who won the championship last year, is now focusing on ownership duties and will basically manage the team this year. On the restart, which happened on lap number 9, we saw Scott Harper in the 6th car. He was leading the restart. Scott Johnson in the 82nd in the 4th season. As Mobile One Racing, they switched from Dodges to Fords for the 2014 season. We see Mark Mongillo gets under 39. Walter Green will fall back to 4th. As I'm not sure. There's Jason Duke being helped by Shane Harden in the 59. Harden going into this year was one of the favorites to win the title this year because he was really strong on the super speedways. As notably in Dentsville tests, he would get out in front and basically hold everybody off. As they make contact, the 6 and 6 and the 59, they almost wreck each other out. But then They are followed by Corey Von Duggan in the 23, who has Castro colors this year, and the 50 of Blake Battagliana in the All-State Toyota. There you see Chris Clark in the 56, and they're going to get a good view of, oh, contact! Somebody else in there, Jonathan Winslow, and there they all go. The 00 is involved, and he gets hit hard by the 11. Let's take a look at what happened here. The 00 gets clipped by Logan Chin, bounced off the wall, and then gets Eddie Johns, slides, and as they all try to scramble, the 11 of Wilson has nowhere to go. He would stop. Jonathan Winslow would stall him. He would get out of his car okay. But then there was another instance. Stephen VOLK gets up into the racetrack, gets into Chadler Blake, and gets about a couple other cars. I don't know what happened there, as the wreck actually happened. Mark Mongillo will lead the field on the restart with the 39 Walter Green in second, Jason Duke in third, as Corey Von Duggan. Von Duggan will try to get to run on the outside, but normally on the super speedways, running on the outside lane is not a good idea. As there you see Chris Clark in car number 56. He sits in the 4th spot as he tries to overpower the 23 for that 4th spot. Jason Duke sits in behind in 3rd. As Walter Green, he is just stalking that 20 car. For all he can. Oh, Chris Clark and Shane Harden, they almost make contact, but the caution's also out. As I believe that's not the reason. Here's what happened. Logan Chin gets into the 50, tries to get down, but there you see, it's actually because of CONAL, ZUKI, and Blake Battagliana. They make contact. As there you see, and then 53 gets hit hard by Ray LANDOSSEL. So LANDOSSEL being a wrecking ball early on in this race, and then Daniel Salamano was also collected. But then guess what? His own teammate would rear-end him. So I don't know if Carson Prank just flat out didn't know that it was his own teammate there, but I don't know what that was for. Mark Mongillo in car number 20, who will lead on this restart with Walter Green in second. Chris Clark in the 56 in third. There you see Shane Harden goes to the outside on 4th spot. Right there. As there you see Walter Green in the 39. He will apparently fall back a couple of spots. And then Chris Clark, he's going to get to 2nd spot. As looks like Mongillo gets a, for the 2nd time, I believe he gets through, and they try to go 3 wide. Chris Clark will have none of that, and we'll get back to the bottom. Corey Von Duggan and the 95 of Evan Brooks. Evan Brooks now having sponsorship from Red Robin. He had that since 2013 after his brilliant year with his first year when it was just blue and white in his first season there. And the 56 of Chris Clark will try to go for the lead, as we had a slight cutoff there. As the 56, he will try to get another inside of the 20, and looks like he will get it, but he has help from Evan Brooks right there in the 50, in the 95. So here comes Chris Clark in the 56. He gets pushed ahead as the 95 will somehow get there. And Corey Von Duggan tries to get to the inside of the 20. As looks like Evan Brooks will go for the lead. Scott Harper in the 6 and Jason Duke, their teammates, they're going to try to help through. And then, oh, contact Hard into the apron. Hard comes down to the apron, and now it goes, takes out several cars involved in the process. Let's see what happened there. And looks like Hucho just dumped him. But guess what? Harden got revenge on that time as he gets into the 19 of Casey Hucho. Shane Howard was also there, and the 72 just flips over due to the embankment there. So this would be the final restart of the race. The 6 of Scott Harper and Jason Duke, they sit 1-2. Their teammates, Brandon Green is also there. He's in third. He will go under the 66 and pass him for the 2nd spot right there, as they're going to come down to the backstretch. Harper has a decent sized lead. However, over the course of the next 5 laps, he would not be able to hold it, as now coming with 2 to go. And there goes Scott Johnson and the 9 of Jamie Scott. They almost made contact. Chris Clark apparently had jumped into the lead with Corey Von Duggan sitting in 2nd. As there you see the 9 and the 58, they are also trying to get into the picture. Mark Mongillo and also the 30 of Brandon Green. We've talked about Mark Mongillo's name all night. Long as here comes the 9. Looks like Chris Clark's going to try to make it 3 wide. I'm thinking he doesn't do that. Here we see Corey Von Duggan. He's going to try to make the inside of the 58. And here they come. They're going to take the white flag this time by. So Corey Von Scott Johnson somehow has to check up with Corey Von Delga, and that loses all the grip for Von Delga, and Mark Mongillo's going to get to the lead. And Brandon Green sits in second. So these two, they were at the back of the pack just about a lap ago. There's Jamie Scott almost crashes out again, but does the 30 of Brandon Green have enough momentum to get by the 20? Going into 3 and 4, I don't think he has enough momentum, but we'll see. Out of the last corner, one last chance, but not enough. The 20 will get and win here at the New York Auto Ring.